Father God, we look to you today, and we're mindful of those that don't have the blessings of life that we do, and we're mindful of the Independence holiday. We pray for those that have made this a possibility. We pray that we continue to honor and give them the due diligence that they deserve. We're thankful for those who wear a badge and uniform, keep them safe, and watch over us today as we make decisions for the county. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. Commission meeting July 2nd. First thing on the agenda is the minutes for sent via email. Any alterations or corrections?
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Okay. Payroll number 14, calendar year 2018, in the amount of $222,016.35. 242 claims in the amount of $645,190.44.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. Rick Maloney.
Good morning.
Good morning. This morning we have 92 inmates, 19 for F6, and 8 are DOC. And somebody can turn me up and down at any time.
We'll get right on that for you.
Yeah, we'll have to take care of that one
Right now.
That's all I have right now.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Bring that new rig. I want to see it. Bill Bonnie will take her for a ride.
We're going to slide Poindexter right in, and before we get to Josh and Nate. So I appreciate you accommodating my court schedule this morning, Commissioners. I'm here before you. We had an applicant turn in for an open position as the ex-offender on the advisory board. That position is open and statutorily required. Normally that position has to be somebody that has been through the criminal justice system and convicted, but at the current time has not had any or have any active criminal cases going, due to the fact that it would complicate the ongoing court pending cases since judges are on the board, prosecutors on the board, and public defenders have represented on the board, so it could be tenuous time. The applicant that had turned his name in is Lemuel Vega. He operates Christmas Behind Bars. It's an outreach ministry program for prisons and jails. Lemuel was in the criminal justice system convicted 27 years ago, I believe, of charge. Has spent the rest of his life trying to work with those after he got himself turned around. Seems to be an appropriate candidate. Somebody I think that would represent E3 very well for the offender base that we are serving and monitoring.
Okay. Who was on the board before Mike?
Jim Kern. Yeah, Jim Kern was, and Jim has since been out of the area working more so, and we're just trying to make sure we keep that representative position for the offender class represented on the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Blake.
And I thank everybody for letting me slide in. Have a great day and stay cool. I'll let you up. So I think Josh is on vacation.
Okay, so
All him after.
a lot of things to talk about today. Quick update on the Zanesville Bridge. There was a new epoxy overlay that was applied on the bridge Friday night. I was out taking pictures of that process over on. I think we finally got that together and testing on Saturday. As it stands right now, the bridge should be open in time for the 4th of July. There may be some punch list repairs need to be done, but all that can be done for a short need. It should be open to traffic every time for the 4th.
You'll make my wife happy.
I'll make a lot of people happy.
Make the commissioner happy.
Yeah. Finally, from end of October last year to here, the early July has been a long process. I'll have some final pay applications starting to come through for that. 26th, I'm still waiting for the State Fire Marshal office to pull. I've been giving them time all weekend, and I've sent you notes Friday in advance, hoping that I'd have that, but I don't. So right now, really what I'm waiting for, and I've actually contacted their office, it's my understanding it's waiting for their chief essentially to sign off on it. So the official report's there, it's waiting on one of their state heads' desks. So once I have that, then I can start taking some action on corrective measures and then moving forward to get that bridge opened up. So I think we have a plan established. It's just essentially I want to have that last bit of information together if that sways us at all as far as what the decision is. So once I have that, I may move forward and then I'll report on that just so I don't delay it any further. And you have, on the third item in front of you is a map and a spreadsheet. It's all nice and color-coded. Giving that out, I think everybody's got a copy of that here. We have a new copy of the road petitions. Essentially, this is the 2018 list. It's a sort of list of all the petitions we have from property owners on certain road segments. Just for everybody's information, it identifies the property owners specifically on a road that have requested that their road be converted from gravel to a chip and seal surface. We've reviewed the petitions, closed them after June 1st, so it's everybody from that date before it's in this list. It is sorted by the petition rate from 0 to 100%. We do have added a category of highway priority. What that includes essentially is, does it collect or close off gravel roads that are essentially orphaned? How does that work into the overall operation? Is it an expensive road for us to maintain? Is it tied to other roads that are petitioned so that they on A, B, or C scale? A would be a high priority, B would be moderate, C would be something that has issues, whether it's a right-of-way issue, flooding issue. There's other secondary factors that might make it more complicated to try to complete a railroad crossing, so that you at least identify those within that category. And then the number of petitions and the number of homes that are on the road section. There is actually also in there, but it's not sorted by, is the dust state feet, so that you can actually see on each road segment how many feet the property owners along that are actually paying for in dust state last list. So those are a number of different things that are identified, and those project elements that I talked about are in that gray character. So you'll see if we know there's a CAFO, a bridge, if it's listed TIE 217, it's listed into the project number. So we categorize them sequentially to get the petitions, but the road ranking essentially is based off the categories that I listed, just four categories.
You ever do anything fun?
Oh, you know.
Just try to answer the question, Nate.
I don't get asked to do the fun stuff. I mean, I definitely don't get paid to do the fun
I mean, I really appreciate this. I do. It's
well,
like,
I'm hoping so. It's certainly is.
Take a snow machine across the lake.
you run that snow across open water, all you need.
No, I don't have a YouTube channel for anything that I do. So,
I don't either.
No, so that kind of identifies it all. It's pretty self-explanatory. You actually have a map that's coloring in blue are the ones that are actually 100% for right-of-way, and you've even got all the road sections that are 100%. So I'm not asking for any commitments on the ones that we're going to pull. Certainly, depending on the number of projects you request to try to do, it's going to have to fit within the project's budgets. So it's a good timing now. We still have a little bit of time to identify our budget cycle for what costs, manpower, equipment. A lot of those factors come into it. Some good for John Deere, just is not a feasible one to get the right of way. We've asked a lot of people for a lot of assistance to put that together. The auditor's office has staff that pulls deeds. The recorder's office assists as well. Lloyd helps document, put those applications together, mail them out, and got to get them back. So there's a lot of steps that need to go forward. So certainly I don't want anybody that sees that their road's in that 1 or 100% category to assume that they're going to get done quickly. But it's important that they know that. Something that's notable, and I think that this is important for us, is we don't have 100 roads that want the roads converted. We actually only have 61 separate road sections that have any petitions at all. Out of the 205 miles, there's only 61 roads that even have any petitions at all, one or more. That's about a third of the entire county's gravel miles. So 2/3 don't have any petitions on this point. And of the 61 petitions, only 22 are 100%. Again, a third of that. So really, you're looking at about 10% of the gravel roads are very interesting. And so the public once he's done, it is a small section, so it's certainly something that I think is attainable, but it's still something we're going to have to budget for and schedule for and put together this sort of plan. So this has been very helpful. I think the myth that we're going to convert every gravel road, there's not the public interest that's being portrayed by this. And certainly next year we'll see where these petitions line up. I mean, there may be a flood of new ones that come in. Certainly there was an increase, but it wasn't exponential. So certainly we're going to have to see where we go from there. And petitions are always open. We'll receive them for next year's update and schedule.
Can we go ahead, Nate, and have you start working on getting right-of-ways for, I mean, there's a pretty good mix of District 1, 2, and 3 in the top A category.
Sure.
And the top 2 B.
So that would take us down to where we've got 40 through 47 then.
We start getting things written down underneath there. So that would be a good place to start working on right-of-ways.
List it over as a break. See where they come in. I mean, certainly if we have, the petitions aren't the end-all be-all. We still need the right-of-way that goes along with it. So if there are holdups, it's good to have redundancy and limit ourselves to part of the delay on one project because you would 10 months for the right-of-way to come in. Helping to do that a certain way. Money once the results. I can do that. I mean, is that agreeable?
Yeah, I want to meet up with you. I'm going to go over this.
Sure,
With you guys, each one, because I want to meet with you to go over my 3.
Well, certainly. I mean, if we got all the right-of-ways, I mean, it's not feasible to try to build all these in 2019.
Right.
And not say we're selecting them to build, they were getting ready.
Yeah, I just...
So if we gotta start pulling
Yeah, I'm good with that.
on
Yeah. I just want to get your information
Sure.
up front personal, because there's some things I see here that I would like to see done to make common sense, but
Sure.
maybe you have some different angle on it.
No, I think that's certainly important, and Josh is on vacation going through, but I want to make sure he's represented in this, and he was in the scoring.
This
So,
is not going to be community crossing.
these are not community crossings projects. This is locally funded. It's what was always the intent with road conversions. There really isn't an economic boom return on the investment. This is essentially a public service wheel tax. It's a road tax that we've accepted. So, bonding, borrowing money to do this, or buying a lot of equipment, it's probably not the best economic decision for the county. But there is certainly a white-hot interest in getting this done, and I think that we can certainly do that.
Good. Thanks.
All right. With that said, I want to request that we add 2 more appraisers to the list of appraisers selected for the future highway, because 2 of the 3 said no thank you. And I need to add a minimum of 2. So we'd like to add.
Which one accepted? I'll put it that way. Electric straight up or
Neil did.
Accepted.
Neil accepted, yes. So I need to add, I'm going to ask
Do you have a
2 more.
recommendation?
Yes, Lowell Griffin and Rita Gabriel. If I could request that they would step in. They're both experienced in the right of way, and then I'll pick one of those 2 to get our second.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
It's unfortunate it held us up, but it went to them. They're like, oh, we don't do that. Oops. Okay. Well, I'll make sure that I have their confirmation before we put that.
We'll get an extra one.
So we would have I will make that more an extra, even more extra. So try from 5 to get 2. I have actually right away for a utility permit request from Adamsville's Internet. It's in the area surrounding here at Cruz. I reviewed it. I feel that it's fair. Unfortunately, they did not sign and notarize the application. It showed up Friday afternoon. So if I can get at least a recommendation on it, I'll try to get their signatures on it, and then at the next meeting, they can, or we just table it and bring it back. So I put it on my agenda because I thought he had that signed up.
So it's all accepted.
That's all good, except it doesn't have signatures, so I can't prove it.
Yeah, recommended.
Have a second now.
All in favor?
Aye.
3-0. I'll bring that back as soon as I get this answer on those. They'll be.
What about you want to talk about the farming and right of ways?
Oh, it is a lagging issue. It's been something it's been discussed. I've actually had farmers come to us and ask why other farmers are farming the right of way and can't we do
we should charge them?
There's a lot of issues that revolve around it. Certainly, it's not a popular pick, but it's something that we can certainly look into. We've done some research. Cass County has an ordinance about it regarding it. Adams County has an extensive ordinance about it. Two different aspects of how they address it, and then we've got some documentation from J County as well. I would like to talk to the Wells County Farm Bureau about the issue and see if they would get behind a recommended ordinance, because essentially Wells County will need to draft an ordinance and with whatever enforcement that you deem necessary as far as addressing it. But certainly it's something that's going to have to be addressed before we try to do enforcement. And we want to work with farmers and how the farmers want us to work with them. So that certainly is going to make some people upset, and other people are going to be real happy. But it's essentially what is the baseline of Wells County etiquette in dealing with drainage, because it puts us in an odd circumstance and try to maintain drainage when there's some that don't see that's necessary.
I guess that also includes the culvert size.
Culvert sizing, and we can clear up some language as far as the driveway permit language that we have, because right now there's no penalties for those that don't follow it. Certainly we have authority within the right of way. This would clarify some of that.
Great.
Yeah, I'd reach out.
So I want to start
Have
with
their
them.
input as you develop it.
I'd like to have their support, and I think that there's some on the Farm Bureau that will support something. It's just what is that?
What, cutting the corn back on the corners?
Sure. That's another one, site distance right away.
Yeah.
There's language in the state statute that says you can't block vision. You can be more specific about it. You can create enforcement. I think we have some legal rights. We've actually in the past gone back and chopped one in the corners.
Have we done our, excuse me, John, farming, what is the best way for us or the farmer to cut that corn back and still maintain crop
Well, you have to wait for the corn tassels.
before you know what's coming?
And then you can go in and cut it off after that.
Okay.
That's the top of the ear.
Okay, that's kind of what I
And
thought.
then you don't destroy the ear.
That's
And
what I
you
thought.
Still see.
I'm trying
Corn
to,
just getting ready. So it's tasseling now.
yeah, right.
It just started.
But that doesn't help the problem now of visual. So
I
don't
know. So what would your suggestion be? Because I got a bad intersection now where I drive through.
Talk
And
to the farmer and see if you'll cut it back now.
okay,
That's what I would do.
okay.
Because it's essentially, it's what enforcement rights do we want to ask the highway department to take?
Yeah.
It's a public safety issue.
This one's really bad. It's
Yeah.
100 north and 1 west.
Well, and without the ordinance, it's just natural that it starts to creep. You know, you start to
Right.
spray for grasses and it starts to go. And,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to mow it, so I farm it. It's not an issue when it's beans, but it's corn. You top it, but then for 2 months in the summer, you still can't see until it tops, and then it gets cut. And then we're essentially trying to force that. That's an interesting scenario for us to be in. You know?
Okay.
Not always popular, but that's our job.
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Safety is key.
We got to do something. So,
Thanks, John.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. We have, four right quick. I think 3 are minor subdivisions, so they're coming through every plan. One is River Road, one is an old highway right away.
Oh,
Like 3 years in the making.
Wow.
Motion to accept and approve the rights of way.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Monthly reports, Beth.
Okay, Blake and I have worked on the economic development capital improvement plan. We usually do a 3-year plan, and so we have this, our current plan ends the end of this year, so the new plan would be for the year that we paid for that mayor's and caucus group.
Oh, we paid.
Yes, they did. Everything else has stayed the same. You know, we're still paying the same amount to the Northeast region and counties, economic development, and bridges still at $500,000 and then $350,000
you forward a copy of the dates?
Last the email I got was from Tim.
I wasn't sure what you were saying.
No, I mean, after that, they said, the issue on the county engineer was the county, and it also indicated the source of pay. And I'm less concerned about him giving advice to the commissioners, advisory capacity that he has. Actually,
So, I guess my question was on engineering, it should be okay, is that correct?
I don't know about him doing work other than engineering. I just saying, if he obviously has an engineering background and vast knowledge in terms of sanitary sewage. That's the value that the commissioners will see the conflict with that. Yeah. But I think your comment was, well, I think the RSD ought to be paying.
Is he advising us or is he advising?
No, he's advising us.
So we are doing the pay.
Right.
Okay.
We're doing the paying,
Well,
he's
just
advising
because,
us what they're
I was
going to
just
be doing.
confused. I was
No.
asking clarification, not
No,
arguing.
my thought was if you're saying, well, like,
I was
if it
thinking
was
RSD
X dollars out of
like-
seeded money, then I'd say,
And all of a sudden, like RSD was going to pay him, and it's like, well,
No,
if we
no,
pay him for RSD, then they have to do that. And legally, we're not doing that. Okay. Then we're good.
So we're all good with State Board of Accounts and everything?
I've called him, were you going to explain?
You okay
You
with
were
that?
fine
No,
with
I'm
it.
not. I'm not. Last response I got is that he should be paid to the sewer district, but you do what you want.
I mean, that's what I call it, they have issues with it, because he's not an employee, he's advising us.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're okay with it.
I'm okay with what my last sent out to review.
Okay.
And
I mean, I think he's obviously the right person for the job, and we need him for that job. As long as we can legally have him for that job, that's what we
I think
want.
the county can have it,
Okay.
if the RSD can.
Nate, I gotta ask you a question. So how does that work when, okay, so you put the time in, county, and your allotted time that you do, and then the additional funding compensates for any meetings or whatever?
Right,
That's,
special meetings,
Okay.
advisory meetings.
so you're still doing what you do
Okay.
as a county, and then the compensation is above that for other work.
Reporting back to
So
us.
yeah, I get you. I just,
It's not more money, it's
But
just,
for the period of time that he's doing that additional work.
For the period of time that I do that work. Essentially, it's that funds, so whatever would, if I were ever asked by either the RSD or you to cease doing that,
yeah.
then essentially it's severable, so it's not buried into just the general, what we want to do for
Right.
county as your county highway engineer.
Yeah.
I've been essentially, sorry.
No, I was just, where I was going with it was I was trying to make sure that you still, that your compensation package at, let's just 40 hours or whatever, for rough numbers, with the county, and then if you gotta put 3 hours in or 4, whatever you do for the compensation, that's over and above. So that doesn't even, you got this block of work and you got that block of work, right? Okay.
And so,
All right.
what it does is if I'm doing work for you with the RSD, then essentially this allows me to kind of burst that time, so I can't say, well, I'm sorry, if Leon stops by my office and asks some questions, I don't have to say, no, you have to stop, you can't come by.
Yeah, I got it. So it just kind of works
Essentially,
together.
It allows that to work together.
I see how that would
And
work.
It's always at the direction of the commissioners. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just getting at those extra, if you go attend a meeting or something, yeah, you're still putting your time in with
So I
us,
put my
and then
time
you
in,
got that
working
on the
on
back.
this,
Got it.
the priority that is there, but it's been a request.
To show up or
do
help
additional
out.
work
And that's the
additional meetings.
compensation.
That's
Got it.
essentially why I requested it. If you really want me to do a whole other avenue of work, I'm hoping hoping that this is a generous offer on my part. Certainly, I
Like I
won't
told
miss
you, we
not
wouldn't want to
doing
do it for the amount of
but-
money that you're asking to do it for. So.
Just keep giving me road reports. Thanks.
Once a year.
That's all right.
For the public's benefit, what we're talking about is a contract with the county engineer to provide additional services above and beyond what he's already doing in advising the commissioners with respect to RSD developments. By statute, he can't do engineering work for anybody other than the county or two counties. The two counties went together to hire a county engineer. But if he's giving additional services above and beyond the road work for the commissioners to advise them as to the RSD, that's what we're talking about doing.
So motion to approve.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Whenever that gets put together.
I'll print it out. Take it to Beth. Stop it at your convenience.
Thanks, Nate.
Thanks for being willing to do it. That's what you did for your fun, right? He asked what you did for fun.
Now I know.
Now you know.
That's right, it certainly gets the heart rate up.
It needs aerobic exercise when there's RSD.
I haven't told you I got a call about that 6:30 meeting we had, except he thought it was a 6:30 p.m. meeting. And I said, you missed it, it was this morning.
Oh, no.
It was, I'll talk to you later about it. There was a discussion brought up to me, and I'm not sure how it's going to work out. The St. John's Cemetery out on the Adams County line, it was brought up a couple years ago, never got mowed. I found out a gentleman from Kokomo, his relatives, that he found the ex-pastor was when the church in Veracruz got transferred, that parcel is not included. So he's going to tentatively set up a LLC to keep it mowed from the building, rather than the cemetery commission taking care of it. So,
That's very nice of them.
With the county and whole church.
it's church owned.
Transfer
Sold in town
to somebody else.
to a different pastor group. So we're working on it, but I thought it might have to go to, I thought it might just go to the board commission, cemetery commission, and that way it would get taken care of for sure, but that she has relatives there, so it's
Good.
Anything else, Kevin?
No.
Okay.
Enjoy the 4th.
Anything? Are you our new person?
I'm not. Jessica said that you guys are probably wondering at this point. No, we just had a lot of people on vacation.
Twice in a row,
I
so.
am here,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, good deal. I didn't say anything. Yes.
It's not a picture of a windmill, is it?
Yeah.
You better not be. I've seen more wind towers in the last 2 weeks of my travels than I care to.
Blocking
Whoa.
traffic.
James called me up last night, and he wanted to know if I would present this to the commissioners this morning.
Awesome.
It's Bridge 66.
Before it burned.
This is after it was burned. He said pressure washed. Yeah. So this is after
All right.
it burned.
I
He
can't
would
see
like
the glare.
me to present this to the commissioners this morning, and hopefully that the bridge will be restored back to where it was, even better. But, so that's why I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Yes.
Here's it.
Thanks, Jack.
So this is from Jack, the professional photographer did this,
That's cool.
and he gave it to Jack, and he wanted to give it to you guys.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Looks good. Already looks weathered.
Yeah.
It's had 10 years of its life.
Anything else from the audience? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We are finished. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.